Welcome to the Virginia College Fair for all Virginia students, sponsored by the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Counselors and StriveScan. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at strivescan.com/Virginia. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same website, strivescan.com/Virginia. And now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter from Winthrop University.
Hi, thank you. Hello, my name is Michelle Bogan, and I am an admissions counselor with Winthrop University. I work with students in Virginia, Maryland, DC, and Delaware. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about Winthrop. If you have any questions, please type them in the question and answer box in the bottom, and I will answer them after the presentation. Thank you so much. So Winthrop is located in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Rock Hill is right at the state line of South Carolina, North Carolina. We are about 20 minutes south of Charlotte. Rock Hill is the 6th largest city in the state of South Carolina, but not everyone has heard of it. So we do like to mention that we are close to Charlotte. Downtown in Rock Hill has just been revitalized, and it brings a lot of opportunity for students as we have an area called Knowledge Park, a lot of businesses and restaurants and things like that. So that is our location. We are a 4-year public institution with approximately 6,000 students, 5,000 undergraduates and 1,000 there in graduate school. We have students from many countries and many states, and this has been a priority of ours for probably the last 5 to 7 years. We have really been working hard to attract students from other areas. Diversity is very big at Winthrop, and we were actually just named the most diverse public university in South Carolina. So very excited about that. For 20 years, we have been, over 20 years, rated as one of the top regional colleges. We have approximately 300 full-time faculty members. All of our classes are taught by professors. They are not taught by graduate assistants or teacher assistants. They are taught by professors. 85% of the professors do have a terminal degree, which is the highest level of study that they can receive in their field of study. We have over 40 majors in 120 different areas of study. For us, our top 5 majors are business, biology, early childhood education, exercise science, and psychology. Small classes with the average class size of 21 and a student-professor ratio of 13:1. We do require that all of our freshmen and sophomores live on campus. The exception to that rule is if home is within 50 miles of campus, you can commute. However, 89% of our first-year students do live on campus. We feel like it's a really good way for students to get plugged in and connected and just really enjoy the university. We have 8 residence halls, 3 different types: apartment style, suite style, and traditional style. All of our residence halls do have free laundry, free cable, microwave, and refrigerator. And also all students are allowed to have cars. We do not, I'd like to always mention, we do not feel that students need a car in the fact that we are a 120-acre enclosed campus. So everything is within walking distance. We do not have, we're not the kind of school we're going to shuttle to class, but again, cars are optional. For the fun things, we have over 160 student organizations. We have Greek life. We have intramural sports, club sports. We have any and every kind of club that you can think of. We are in the Big South Conference and have 16 Division I sports. This is a little snapshot of our averages. You can see for out-of-state students, the average is a 3.48. This is not what is required to be accepted. This is just where our averages fall. South Carolina, it is a higher because they're on a 5-point scale rather than a 4-point scale. Looking at our scores, you can kind of again see where our averages fall. Again, not what is required to be accepted, just the averages. For us, we have now decided this year to be test optional. So our application is on our website. It is free until November 1st, and we do require a high school transcript. It is optional this year if you want to send in scores. If you do not send in scores, you'll indicate either way on your application if you want to be test optional or not. If you choose not to send in scores, you'll write a small 1-page essay telling us what you've learned about yourself during the pandemic. In addition, we'll take any other items and add them to your file, but they are not required. Oops, sorry. Financial aid. We suggest that every student fill out FAFSA, not mandatory, but certainly we do strongly suggest. We do have opportunities for students to try out for scholarships. That's usually in visual and performing arts, so dance, theater, music, things like that. Also, athletic scholarships, oftentimes those students are recruited. However, there are opportunities for students to try out for such scholarships. All of our students are, when they apply, they are all viewed for merit-based scholarships. Merit-based scholarships are awarded in early March when all of the financial aid awards come out. For out-of-state students, they're really wonderful because oftentimes they do waive out-of-state tuition and then oftentimes give additional funds. So again, nothing a student has to do. They're automatically considered for merit-based scholarships when they apply. If you decide to apply to Winthrop, again, our application's on our website, very easy, free until November 1st. We're also taking the Common App this year, but if you do apply and we have your transcript and your scores or essay by November 1st, our first decisions will be coming out December 1st. So again, if we have the information by November 1, you would get a decision on December 1st. We have a lot of ways that you can connect with us. So here's some examples of our social media. And then this is my contact information. So please feel free to contact me if you have any questions at all. And we do have virtual tours and in-person tours every day. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Next, we'll be hearing from Marymount Manhattan College. You're muted.
Thank you so much. Yes, Marymount Manhattan College. My name is Taz. I've been with Marymount for about a year now. I'm not an alumni, but I am happy to say within the past year of being at Marymount, it does definitely feel like a family environment. So we are located in the heart of New York City. That top marker is where our academic campus is, and the other two are our residence halls. The one in the middle is our 55th Street Residence Hall for our first year students. It's about 16 blocks away, which equates to about a 16 minute walk away. And the one all the way at the bottom is our upperclassmen residence hall. Down there, you're surrounded by NYU and Pace, so you're in a pretty college part of New York City. We do have about 1,900 undergraduates total, which equates to about 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So we definitely pride ourselves on having that small classroom size for you. We do have about 31 majors and 45 minors for you to choose from, and we have students coming from all over the nation and internationally as well. I do believe last fall we had someone that started from Australia. Career services. What's pretty much unique about our career services is that one thing, we have something called the City Edge program, which gets you out of the theoretical and into the practical side of things. So if you were studying business, instead of in the class doing the hypothetical of things, you'll be out in some business, let's just pick BuzzFeed for an example, and actually be doing the internships, the shadowing, getting that networking and professional skills. So we definitely use the fact that we are in New York City to our utmost ability. We also do have a boutique for our students. So not only are you being polished on paper, but now when it's time for you to go in for an interview, you're being polished, well dressed. So you'll be very impressing the recruiters. And this is just a quick snapshot of all the majors that we offer. We do have Bachelor of Arts, Bachelors of Sciences, and Bachelors of Fine Arts in a number of areas. So feel free to take a look. What I like about our programs are that it's very easy for our students to double major, triple major, pick up a minor, whatever it is they want to do. They can really create their education the way they want to for the time that they are with us. We do have at least 35 clubs and organizations which a student can join, all ranging from the performing arts to, of course, cultural associations, newspaper, radio, podcasts, and a number of different areas. The only thing we don't necessarily have, we don't have any Greek. We pride ourselves on inclusivity, and we feel that Greek can be a bit exclusive. And because we are in New York City, it's a bit hard to have sport teams, so we don't have those. So it's just a snapshot. As you can see, our averages are on the left-hand side, but if you are ready to apply, we are on Common App. We will need a high school transcript from you, and we are test optional for the fall 21 start term. We are going to need a recommendation letter, essay, and a $60 non-refundable application fee. At the end, feel free to take my information so you can get a fee waiver. And the average cost to attend, if you do decide to live on campus with us, is about $56,000. However, if you have a family, a friend, or you're just going to get your own apartment in New York City, your sticker price would be about $37,000. We don't necessarily have an in-state or out-of-state. We are a private institution, so it's just one sticker price depending on your resident status. We do have 2 scholarships that you can choose from. You can qualify for a merit-based scholarship, which goes up to $18,000, and that you are automatically considered for. And then we do have scholarships for our fine and performing arts student. A student can qualify for both merit and talent-based scholarships, and I encourage all of my students to look for external scholarships. If you get 5, we will accept all of your 5 scholarships. And then definitely stay connected. We do have 2 open houses coming up. One is next week, Saturday, October 24th. And the other one is in November. That's my information at the bottom, T Cambridge, and my phone number. So definitely stay in contact, follow us on social media, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll be hearing from Regent University.
Well, welcome and thank you for joining us today. My name is Cindy Hilliard, and in the few minutes we have together, I'd like to share with you some information about our university and how we can help you finish strong. So Regent is a private 4-year Christian university with over 4,400 undergraduate students enrolled, and our students come from all 50 states, 90 countries, and 40 different denominations. You can choose to study online, live on campus, or commute from our local area. Our on-campus population is much more intimate, with about 1,300 living on campus or commuting. You'll see on this slide our average GPA and our scores, but it's important to remember that we do take a holistic approach to admissions, so we do take everything into consideration. So please don't feel like you have to have these numbers to be admitted. These are averages, so I do encourage you to apply, and we're more concerned with your overall fit at Regent. We are test optional like most of the other schools this year due to COVID, but we do still encourage you to take these tests if you can and submit them. They help us with getting a full picture of who you are. On this slide, you will see some of our awards and recognitions. Regent has a rich history for more than 40 years as an award-winning accredited Christian university. For 8 years in a row, we have been recognized by U.S. News and World Report for having the #1 best online bachelor's program in Virginia. And this is important right now because of our current environment. Regent already had a strong online platform, so we were able to seamlessly move all of our students onto online platform when we needed to. We are one of only 22 universities nationally to be A-rated for our comprehensive liberal arts curriculum. We awarded over 24 million in institutional scholarships and aid for the 2018-2019 school year. And 90% of our full-time faculty hold the highest degree in their discipline, usually the PhD, and they're actually all true practitioners in their fields as well. We have a student-faculty ratio of 17:1, so you'll never be lost in a huge lecture hall or being taught by a teaching assistant. This will also help you form lasting relationships, not only with your classmates, but with your professors as well. So we realize that figuring out the financial piece of where to go to college is a big decision. And at Regent, we are committed to making it affordable. We are among the top 5% of the most affordable private Christian colleges and universities for our bachelor's programs, and 85% of Regent undergrads receive some form of aid. So when you look at these totals, please understand that we have several ways to help you fund your education at Regent. And we never want finances to stand in the way of you becoming part of our family. Actually, on that last slide, that we also have a net price calculator that you can use. It's on our website, and this will help you determine your best individual cost for attending our university. It's a great resource. Okay, so Regent University is a liberal arts university with over 135 different programs of study. We have everything from certificates and associate degrees all the way to PhD programs. Our majors range from the arts and communication all the way to STEM. So this wealth of knowledge and breadth and depth of these resources are available to you, even as you're an undergraduate student on campus with us. So in this slide, you're going to see a diagram with you, the student, in the middle with all of the resources available at Regent kind of encircling you there, everything from academic support to campus ministries. So I'm not going to go into each and every one of them, but just know, rest assured that when you are a student at Regent, we are going to be walking beside you every single step of the way. So we know there's more to university experience than the academic side. At Regent, there are over 55 different clubs and organizations, everything from surf club to moot court. We have a very large student activity board. We even have like a swing dance club. And we have esports, which we know is very popular now. In addition, we have 9 collegiate athletics. We are NCCAA Division I. If you didn't want to compete with those sports, we do offer a number of intramural and club sports for you to get involved with. And in addition, as a Christian college, we're also interested in your spiritual growth. There are lots of opportunities for this, such as weekly chapel, life groups, and lots of service opportunities in the community. We are military. We have about 30% of our population is military, so we do offer many scholarships, ROTC opportunities as well. We are located in Virginia Beach, so it's a great place to go to college. Nice coastal atmosphere. We're very close to Colonial Williamsburg and to the Outer Banks. So just a really dynamic place to be in college for. Okay, so we are on a rolling admissions format, and you can see here where you can apply online, or you can call that number and speak with an admissions counselor, and they can help you walk through your application and usually waive that $50 application fee. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll be hearing from Longwood University.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Cheyenne Trowell. Happy Wednesday. Thanks so much for being on with us this morning. So we're going to talk for a few moments about Longwood University, and we do have a great Q&A feature, so feel free to utilize that as we're going through each of our segments. That way you can access those personal questions, and we'll be sure to get back with you. So Longwood University, I always say, is a medium-sized school. We're about 5,000 undergraduates. We are a 4-year public liberal arts institution, which just means we have more of like an integrative background in academics. We're not too focused on one side and not too focused on the other side. Our average class size is around 18, so that's very similar to what you're probably experiencing now in high school, or unless you're homeschooled, then you're probably used to a little bit smaller. But at the same time, we think 18 is a good number for you to have good dialogue back and forth with your faculty member, as well as some good peer discussion in your courses as well. So we are about 70% female at the moment. So we typically say for every 2 gals, there's 1 guy. We have over 20 different countries represented, from out-of-state students as well as our international students, and over 100 different areas of study for you that you can access all online to check out each of those individualized curriculums. In reference to campus life, because of course you're going to a 4-year institution to get that amazing education, but you also want to be having fun, because this is a place where you're going to spend 8 months out of each year typically with us. So we are a Division I school. We participate in the Big South Conference. We have a lot of unique smaller organizations, such as a biking club, a theater club, which is very popular for all our Harry Potter lovers, including myself. We have a great Quidditch team. We also have a lovely health and fitness center that's actually ranked in the top 20 in the nation, has a huge rock climbing wall, lots of individualized machines for students to utilize, as well as some bigger classroom spaces where we host Zumba classes, cycling courses.
I think she might have accidentally left the Zoom. So why don't we move on to Ohio University? Hopefully she will rejoin, and then we can hear from Longwood again.
Okay. All right. Thank you all for joining us today. My name is Julie Money. I am the Regional Recruitment Manager of the Mid-Atlantic, and of course I serve all of Virginia. We're going to be talking today a little bit about Ohio University. Ohio University is this, well, I would say mid-sized to large university. We're about 17,000 undergrads, 23,000 students total. Ohio University is located right in Southeast Ohio. So we're just about 30 minutes over the border from West Virginia, and we are the epitome of a college town. Not only a college town, a very small town college town. So Athens was actually designed to be the home of Ohio University back when we started in 1804. So really the college and the university are one. I'm sorry, the town and the university are one. Close though. Basically what we have to offer is an amazing college experience nestled in Southeast Ohio with the cutest town you can ever imagine. So this right here is Court Street. Court Street has everything you can imagine, from mom and pop shops to locally owned businesses, restaurants, boutiques, and of course we have the essentials, meaning Chipotle, Starbucks, Wendy's, CVS, you can see there's a Jimmy John's right there. So there's a little bit of everything. And my favorite part is that it's all within walking distance from campus. In fact, like this road actually runs into campus. In terms of academics, we have 250 undergraduate majors. When you have that many majors, you know, if one doesn't, if you decide you don't like one, you can always, you know, you have 249 others to choose from. But we have colleges in engineering, education, an honors tutorial college, a college of fine arts, communication, arts and sciences, business, college of health sciences. And if you do choose to apply undecided, you would be in our university college. And you're more than welcome to apply undecided. Just about a third of our students do so. We have a 17-to-1 student to faculty ratio and an average class size of 30 to 32 students. And what that means is you really have the opportunity to get to know the faculty. Your professors will definitely know your name. This is not one of those universities you can just hide in the back and not be noticed. We definitely are community, and Our professors really, really love to see our students get involved in research, and that can happen, of course, as early as your freshman year. But college is a lot more than just academics. Here at Ohio, it is ridiculously easy to get involved. We have over 600 clubs and organizations. You can sneeze and then accidentally end up in 3 clubs. And everyone, true to Midwest charm, is really, really friendly. And we'll grab you on the side of the street and say, okay, you're doing this now. It's just kind of a friendly small town vibe again. We have 16 Division I sports, including football, but we also have club and intramural sports. In addition to that, we have a fantastic School of Fine Arts, like I already mentioned, and we have free admission to performances, concerts, speakers, gallery openings, in addition to free admission to every single home game, including football. All you need to do is show your ID. So really, really easy and inexpensive. When I say inexpensive, I mean free to get involved. I always like to point out that 93% of our students are employed or pursuing further education within 1 year of graduating. I think that speaks to the quality of our students, as well as our incredible career and leadership development center. You have access to this center from day 1 through the rest of your life. We have a saying here at Ohio, once a Bobcat, always a Bobcat. The application process is pretty simple. We are on the Common Application. There is a $50 application fee. I would be happy to give you my fee waiver if you would like to email me at moni@ohio.edu. We do require a transcript if you're interested in our honors tutorial college or Ohio honors program. We do need an extra essay. And then optional requirements are essay, resume, letters of recommendation, and test scores. We are officially test optional for all 250 majors. Application timeline. November 15th is our early action deadline, and I like to stress that deadline because that is the deadline that is tied to all of our scholarships. We don't have a separate application for scholarships. You just apply early action and you're considered for all of our scholarships. So early action, November 15th. This is our tuition and fees. So tuition, fees, room and board, everything is just about $33,000 for an out-of-state student. And that actually is frozen for all 4 years. What we have is called the Ohio Guarantee Plus. Basically that freezes your tuition, room and board, and fees for all 4 years. So your scholarship stays just as relevant and you can better plan for the future. And that is pretty much it for me. Again, feel free to reach out to me at moni@ohio.edu. Thank you and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. So let's check in with Longwood University.
So sorry, everyone. My Wi-Fi here has been like amazingly spotty the past few days, so I apologize. So let's hop back in with our campus involvement again. So for us, 125 different student organizations represented on campus, varying from, again, different things in reference to Greek life, so your traditional fraternity and sorority where you're just seeking sisterhood or brotherhood, or your more niche fraternities and sororities where you're focusing primarily on giving back to your community in the form of philanthropy organizations, or specific fraternities that are associated with academic programs. We also have a very robust sport representation on campus. So typically in reference to numbers, we always like to say about 20% of our students are involved in some type of sport, either at the Division I level, and another 25% of our students are involved in some type of Greek life on those many different levels. But again, lots of other opportunities for you to be involved on campus. In reference to admissions, a lot of students always ask, like, what is the minimal GPA that I need to get in, or kind of what's the highest GPA for me to be eligible for merit-based scholarships, etc. So for us, there is no true minimum. We do have mid-ranges though. So we do have numbers where 50% of students who were offered admission for the fall 2020 admission cycle were in between these ranges. And we do look at your cumulative weighted GPA. So if you're in any IB or AP courses, getting that additional getting those additional grades on your GPA, we will look at those and evaluate those for you. In reference to the SAT, we're hoping you have around at least a 980 if you do submit test scores. We are test optional, or at least a 19 ACT composite score. In reference to those deadlines, November 2nd is coming up very soon for us, and nursing, our 4-year direct entry nursing program, is very, very popular. So if you know Longwood is going to be the home for you and you're interested in that nursing program, we do encourage you to submit your application early decision. Now, if you're interested in any of our other academic programs, or you're undeclared, maybe you don't have an academic program in mind, but you know you kind of want to act on your application as soon as possible, we do encourage you to participate in that early action deadline, which is December 1st. So you can apply to us through Common App. We are a Common App school, so if you're already creating a profile there, definitely be sure to add Longwood to your list, even if you're not dead set on applying. That way you can keep up to date with any offerings that we have based on merit-based scholarships or any application waivers that we're offering to students. You can also find our application on our website. So if you just go to longwood.edu and in that top left corner click apply, you'll be able to access it that way. So we are test optional for the fall 2020 entering term. So if you are a senior, we are test optional for you. If you are a junior or maybe a freshman or even a sophomore, at the moment we haven't made a final decision on if we're going to be test optional going forward. So the test optional decision is really just in light of COVID-19, but at the same time we are hoping to remain test optional. So again, if you're not a senior, check back in with us when you are a senior to see if we are still test optional. For the most part, we are only going to require your high school transcript. Of course, it should detail your final grades all the way up through your junior year. That way we can reach a final decision for you. If you're interested in nursing, you are required to submit an essay. It's just 250 words, so nothing too big. And again, if you're applying early decision to that 4-year direct entry program, we are going to require that you submit that early decision form, which pretty much just verifies that you understand if you are offered admission for early decision, you'll be required to come to Longwood in the fall. In reference to costs, we are about $26,000 for one academic year. We are a banded tuition school, meaning if you take between 12 credit hours and 18 credit hours, which is typically 4 to 6 classes in the fall and in the spring, you're looking at paying the exact same cost. The benefit of this is it really encourages our students to do 15 credit hours each semester. That way they're on track to graduate within 4 years. And of course, this number does include your room and board. So your meal plan, as well as your residence hall, where you're going to be living in a traditional residence hall, which is all suite style, has air conditioning, heating, Wi-Fi, cable, all the necessities for you to live comfortably within the residence hall. The only thing not included in this cost is the cost of books, as well as the cost of your parking decal, because we do allow first-year students to have their vehicle on campus. So if you're going to be getting that new car for graduation, you'll definitely be able to bring it on campus with us. We have a lot of great scholarships that you can apply for, and you're automatically eligible for these if you submit your application to us by December 1st. So there's no additional legwork for you. We do really encourage you to make sure that you're submitting your application again by that time so you can be eligible for the Max Award. We are hosting on-campus visitation, so if you are in the state of Virginia and you want to come on down to visit, we definitely encourage you to do so. We have a lot of virtual options for you as well. So keep in touch, and again, utilize that Q&A feature if you have any questions for us right now. I'd be more than happy to answer. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Lastly, we'll be hearing from Ferrum College, and don't forget to send in your Q&A questions.
Good morning. My name is Alex Wilson from Ferrum College Admissions. My colleague Sam Martin and I are so excited to be here and grateful that you have joined us to learn more about the opportunities that await you at Ferrum College, home of the Panthers. Sam and I will give you information and prepare you to begin your journey on the road to Ferrum. At this time, Sam Martin, one of our admissions counselors, will share with you the format of the presentation.
Thank you, Alex. Alex is going to tell you what all this beautiful campus has to offer while I answer any questions you will have in the chat. He will be providing information about our application process and all the different ways you can be successful in the next chapter of your life. Thank you, and leave your questions in the chat.
Thank you, Sam. At Ferrum, opportunity exists and success is possible. This is a community where our students push each other to strive to succeed. We're located in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains in Southwest Virginia, and we're approximately 30 to 40 minutes south of Roanoke, Virginia, and about an hour and a half north of Greensboro. On our campus of about 1,000 students from 25 different states, We boast a student to faculty ratio of 13:1, so you'll really get a hands-on touch at Ferrum. Approximately 90% of our students also live on campus. We encourage you to seize your future like a panther with our expert faculty and academics programs that prepare you for today's top careers and graduate schools. In our 70+ majors and minors, you will benefit from personal academic support and many hands-on learning opportunities, including internships, research, and study abroad during E-term. Students who qualify can enhance their education in our Boone Honors Program. 93% of our students that graduate are either enrolled in graduate schools or actually in their career within 6 months after graduation. Our students love to support our athletic teams. We have over 20 men's and women's Division III athletic teams and are excited to be a part of the ODAC, Old Dominion Athletic Conference. Our athletic facilities will surpass your expectations, and I encourage you to schedule a visit to come see our amazing athletic facilities for yourself. With our more than 60 clubs and organizations, you will always find something exciting to do. We have everything from intramural clubs to academic and Greek organizations, our Northern Outdoor Adventure Club, and so much more. All you need to do is get involved. At this time, I would like you to meet one of our own current students, Lauren, who will tell you about herself and some of the exciting things she is doing at Ferrum.
Hi, I'm a junior here at Ferrum College. Ferrum has brought me so many opportunities, like being involved in all the organizations that I am in, which include being an admissions ambassador, being a part of the international sorority Delta Phi Epsilon, president of the Rotaract Club, a part of our pre-professional health science club, Minds in Medicine. I am also an orientation team leader. I have a work study on campus. I am currently serving as your 2020-21 Student Government Association Vice President of Legislation. The reason I chose Ferrum is because from the moment I stepped on campus, the very first time I knew Ferrum was where I wanted to call my home for the next 4 years. Ferrum is a family to me, and you won't get that many places. My professors and other faculty and staff on campus know my name. It's not just another face to them. You have a real connection with people here at Ferrum, and that's what matters to me.
Thank you, Lauren. Sounds like a place where you would like to be? Applying is easy. I encourage you to go online and submit your free application to Ferrum College. We've already begun reviewing and accepting applications both for the spring semester and the fall. You should also send a copy of your transcript to our admissions office. Remember, Ferrum is a test optional school. That means we'll be able to review your application with just your high school transcript. However, we do encourage you to send in any SAT or ACT scores you might have, as that could increase your merit-based scholarship. We have the Ferrum Promise for those of you who are dually enrolled that would be coming in with associate's degrees. Our promise to you is this: if you enroll at Ferrum with an associate's degree from a Virginia community college, you're guaranteed to graduate with a bachelor's degree in 2 years, or any additional coursework is free on Ferrum's dime. At Ferrum, we work hard to make the private college education affordable. 99% of our students receive financial aid, and we award over $22 million in institutional money each year. The average financial aid package is almost $40,000, with the average of about $7,000 to $8,000 out-of-pocket costs. We also offer a visit scholarship. We want you to come see our beautiful campus for yourself and meet our welcoming faculty and students. You absolutely have to come sign up for one of our personal tours or sign up for an open house. After you do that, you'll receive your $1,000 visit scholarship that's renewable for all 4 years you are at Ferrum. Sam and I have enjoyed having this time with you and look forward to receiving your application and transcript soon. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to contact us, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. So we have a bit of extra time. If there are any Q&A questions, please submit those at this time. And I'm just going to invite all of the reps to come back on, and we can do a round of Q&A. If everyone could just share their favorite event that takes place on their campus, and maybe take about 30 seconds to answer. We can go in the same order that you presented in.
So at Winthrop, one of my favorite traditions is after convocation, all the students follow the president and have a picnic on the lawn. It's a tradition. It's called the Blue Line because way back when Winthrop started, it was an all-girls school and they wore long blue skirts and white tops. And so it was called the Blue Line, and it's still called the Blue Line. And typically our freshmen get a blue t-shirt, and yeah, so it's just a great fun tradition that still continues at Winthrop.
For Marymount, we have 2 festivals that go on, one in the fall called Apple Fest and the one in the spring called Cherry Fest. And it's for all our students to just come out, get a chance to hang out with the community. There are opportunities for job prospects, free items, food, bunch of food. And those are the 2 I want to say are the most traditional and enjoyable things that happen.
At Regent, I would say our intramural team sports are usually really a lot of fun. They have a big, anybody on campus or commuters or anybody can join, and it gets really competitive. Even our law school students will get involved, and it's just a very fun time. They get t-shirts, and the professors will compete. So I'd say intramurals is really fun.
For us at Longwood University, I really enjoy our accelerated decision events. So that is a way for you to get your decision same day when you're coming to campus. We also have a lot of virtual opportunities for that as well. So if you're interested in the nursing program, unfortunately, they are not able to participate. But if you're interested in any of our other academic programs, you're able to, again, participate in this. So you'll typically participate in a session like this where you'll have like 30 minutes with an admissions counselor. And then if you're participating in it virtually, we'll send you directly an email at the end with your admission decision, or if you're in person, you'll meet with your counselor after your guided campus tour. And again, we'll let you know that same day. And it's not binding, so we have a lot of opportunities for that happening right now. So make sure you check out our visit calendar online.
One of my favorite events at Ohio is Bobcathon. And Bobcathon is a dance marathon. And you know, there's a theme every year, and people dress up, and not just students, faculty members, community members, students, staff, and dance marathon to benefit the Ronald McDonald House. And last year we raised about $100,000. So it is an event that happens every year, and it is always a lot of fun, even if you're just watching.
So my favorite event would have to be homecoming at Ferrum. I'm a very big sports fan, so I enjoy watching our Ferrum football team play. It's also fun to go to the tailgates prior to the homecoming game and meet all of our Hall of Famers, and also hang out with our Panther who walks around and meets different people before the game.
Well, thank you all for sharing, and thank you to everyone that attended. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this was just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to check out the full sign up for additional sessions at strivescan.com/Virginia. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other sessions recordings at that same website, strivescan.com/Virginia. So thank you all again, and goodbye.